What you are watching right now was made with Seedance 2.0, the same AI tool that got legal pushback from big Hollywood studios because it can create animation that looks this real. And that is a huge opportunity for you, because this means you don't need a full team anymore to create scenes that actually feel like a real movie shot. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to go from a simple idea to something like the clip we just saw. Before I touched Seedance 2.0, I needed to build the reference images. I opened the image tab inside Higgsfield and used a model called Nano Banana Pro to generate the characters and the locations. I generated two characters: the warrior, who's a rugged male in his early 30s, lean and athletic, in weathered bronze and leather armor with decorative designs, and the beast, a bull-like nightmare the size of a large truck. Then three locations: a dense sunlit jungle, rope bridge over a deep canyon, and a wide clearing with a tall waterfall, all three generated in the same DreamWorks 3D style as the characters. That visual consistency is important. It means everything should look like it belongs together. When your characters and backgrounds are made in the same style, the video feels like one complete animation. When the styles don't match, the characters look like they were added on top of a background that was not made for them. If you get this part right when creating the image, it helps avoid this problem in all the steps that come after. What these images become the moment you drop them into Seedance 2.0 is where the whole thing changes. I am inside Higgsfield right now, and this is where the whole workflow lives. Seedance 2 is built right into the platform. It is browser-based, so you don't have to install anything. I go into Video, select Seedance 2.0, click Upload Media, choose Image Generations, then upload the images and check eligibility so the model confirms it can use it as a reference anchor. Then I paste a prompt describing what I want to see happen, set the duration to 15 seconds and the resolution to 720p, and generate. It's the same warrior, but now he's fully in motion. He sprints through the jungle, leaps to catch a vine, and swings across the canopy, then lands in a crouch and draws his blade as glowing red eyes snap open below. What the model did was read the character design from that one still image and build motion that belongs to that specific character. If you want to try this yourself, Higgsfield is where you can do all this, and the link is in the description so you can follow along from there. Now, here is the problem that shows up the moment you try to use AI animation for anything longer than one clip. You generate a second scene with the same character and something has shifted. The details don't quite line up, and the character loses that exact look you had in the first shot. When you put the clips together, it breaks the illusion and feels like two different characters instead of one continuous performance. That is called character drift, and it is the thing that makes AI animation hard to use for any kind of story. Seedance 2.0 solves this with two things used together. You upload your character reference image with every single generation. That image is the anchor the model locks onto, and you take the last 5 seconds of the previous clip and upload it as a reference video for the next generation. The model reads that footage and generates the new clip as a direct visual continuation of it. Same proportions, lighting, and movement energy, picking up exactly from where the last one ended. Now let me show you the rest of the process, because this is where the entire workflow really shines. For the second scene, we introduce the beast and carry over the last 5 seconds from the first clip. I keep Seedance 2 selected, keeping the original two references in place, the warrior and the sunlit jungle. I also ensure everything is eligible. Now, this is the prompt I used, broken down shot by shot. Each action, camera move, and transition is clearly defined, which keeps the sequence consistent and gives you much more control over the result. I'm going to go ahead with 15 seconds, which is going to be the perfect length for what I'm aiming for, and then 720p. Then I'm going to go ahead and click Generate. And it looks amazing. I love how the beast slams through the trees and the way the warrior rolls out. That is basically perfect for what I'm looking for. For the third scene, I've kept the warrior and the beast selected, then added the canyon rope bridge and waterfall clearing images, along with the last 5 seconds from the previous segment as a reference video. I pasted in this prompt and hit generate. In my opinion, this result came out looking pretty clean. For the last scene, I used the warrior, the beast, and the waterfall clearing, along with the last 5 seconds from the previous segment as a reference video. Everything else stayed the same. I just updated the prompt. I hit generate and let's see the result. As you can see, it lined up just as well as the other scenes. Everything in this animation was built in DreamWorks 3D style because that is how I generated the reference images. But the style of the output comes entirely from those reference images. Changing it just means making a different choice in the image tab at the start. Everything after that follows automatically. I tested this by generating a different warrior in Nano Banana Pro, but this time in a flat 2D anime style. Bold outlines, simplified shading, stylized proportions with a more graphic look and slightly larger eyes. I took this reference image into Seedance 2 and added a prompt, then I hit generate. The warrior walks slowly into a clearing, then stops and looks out over a wide, misty landscape below. The wind moves through his braid, and one hand rests on the hilt of his blade. The motion quality stayed just as strong as in the 3D version, and the only difference was the style from the reference image I used at the start. When all 4 segments were ready, I took them into CapCut and assembled the final video. Then I came back to Higgsfield for the last step. Go to the Video tab, select Video Upscale, upload your assembled video, and set the scale factor to 1080p. This is the built-in upscale tool inside Higgsfield, and for animated content, it works really well. The small details become clearer after upscaling. You can see everything much more clearly, the details hold up, the textures feel sharper, and I believe everything just comes through more polished and refined. After upscaling, the final 1080p video looks much closer to a fully rendered animated film than the original 720p version did on its own. One important thing to know is that the start with 720p and upscale later method works best for animation. If you are using Seedance 2.0 for realistic live-action videos, it would be better to start at 1080p from the beginning. That's because if you upscale real footage afterward, skin and natural details can start to look fake or overly smooth, almost like plastic. This happens because the model tries to sharpen everything, and that can push real textures too far. If you want to try this yourself, the link to Higgsfield is in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.